Oh, I feel like I have to add this because there's fucking dumbasses in this community. Don't attack the devs. Just why? What's the point in it? Like, I have to put this in here at the end of the video. There's a couple links down in the description to give constructive criticism and feedback in the Reddit, and the links in the description will help the devs of Modern Warfare 2 fix bugs. Again, I know they're not listening. They told us to whatever. I don't fucking care. Just don't attack the devs. That's stupid. It's pointless. That only gets you into situations that you don't want to. You'll potentially could get sued for saying the shit that you do. Get like death threats and all this stupid bullshit. Just don't do it. Just don't fucking do it. You're a dumbass if you do that. Just, I don't know why I have to do this, but I have to put this at the end of the video, or the beginning of the video actually, because people are stupid and attack devs for the stupidest thing over a fucking minimap change. So I'm sorry for getting a little too hard there, but I have to put this in the beginning of the video actually, because again, like I said, there are dumbasses in this community who attack IW devs, all because you don't like the way they change the minimap and some other aspects of the game that you don't like. So yeah, I'm sorry that I have to put this in the beginning of the video, because there are dumbasses in this community for the third time that actually death threat devs because of a certain change in a fucking video game. So try and enjoy the rest of the video. In this video, we're talking about the community update in beta weekend 1 and the changes that IW is going to do for preparation for weekend 2. Now, if you haven't, there's a link down in the description. I'm going to try, I know I've been spamming a lot on the channel in Modern Warfare 2. I kind of told you guys that up until the beta and the launch of the game, that Modern Warfare 2 will be spammed on the channel. There's going to be for sure an upload every day for the next month. For the rest of September, I pretty much have a lot of, like, every weapon I recorded in the beta, there is going to be a gameplay going up for the rest of this month on every day. Sometimes a double upload, sometimes maybe even a triple upload. Today it's probably going to be a triple upload. So, and I know I'm late to this because this happened at the time of this recording. This happened like 6 hours ago, I think. It's September 20th at the time of me doing this recording. And we're going to look over the article, and then we're going to talk about how Infinity Ward pissed off the entire Call of Duty community and the entire beta community for Modern Warfare 2. So let's read the article, let's discuss some of the changes and what I agree with and disagree with, and a hot take that I have that it's probably going to give me a lot of shit for saying. But let's jump into this article, and then the rest of it will just be some random gameplay in the background. So it first starts off with, hello MW2 players. It's been amazing to see so many of you hopping onto weekend 1 of our multiplayer beta on Sony platforms. Forward to many more of you joining us for weekend 2 across all platforms. There's already been a fantastic amount of feedback on Reddit and social media, as well as a ton of stats collected on our side. In addition to the new maps and modes we've lined up for weekend 2, we also have some changes and new things we are trying that we'll be sharing with you this week. Throughout weekend 1, we play the game, watch the game being played, read your feedback, and talk to many of you. At a high level, leading into weekend 2, we are fixing various crashes. I wanted to interject right here immediately while I was editing this. Now, I know a lot of people were basically quoting IW saying, we want your feedback so we know what to fix. Also, IW not listening to feedback. I see that a lot, and I want to mention that. I get that. I understand that. But Jesus Christ, I don't know. I just wanted to interject this in the video before. I know there's going to be a lot of comments. If I didn't do it, there's going to be a lot of comments saying they're not listening to us. It's like, I don't want to agree with IW, because the moment I agree with IW, I'm going to get canceled. Or at least try to get canceled. Addressing a few gameplay exploits patch some map geo and lighting issues, update progression for some gunsmith-related bugs. This is the hot topic of why Infinity Ward pissed off the entire Modern Warfare 2 beta community and the COD community in general. So, the minimap, everyone knows that the minimap isn't traditional Call of Duty minimap. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, and I don't care who the fuck I piss off, I literally don't give a fuck about the minimap changes. I literally don't. Whether it's how it is now or traditional Call of Duty minimap. I've been over this multiple fucking times. I don't care how the minimap is. I'm just playing the game. Most of the time, I'm not fucking staring at the minimap anyways. Now, I know some of you might say, oh, well, if the minimap goes back to traditional Call of Duty, then it's not as campy. That's fucking bullshit. You know that for a fact. People are going to camp whether or not the minimap is traditional or not. That's just how it is. People camped in Modern Warfare 2019. People camped in Black Ops 4. People camped in Black Ops Cold War. We go on to state, currently in the Modern Warfare 2 beta, we only show enemy dots when there's UAV active. The design reason for this is that we do not want to punish players for firing their weapons. That sentence out of all of this is what pissed people off, for the most part. We also want players to actively search out the origin of a gunshot versus traveling directly to where the dot is on the minimap. We continue to gather feedback on how the game is playing in regards to this topic. I'll be honest, they kind of said what I said in a previous video to where me personally, I don't like camping. Like, I disagree with someone who camps. My sentiment, or whatever you want to say, on camping is if you sit in a corner or if you camp in an area, granted most players camp in an area if they're on a high kill streak because they're afraid to die, but for the most part, if you're sitting in a corner, that's not how you get good at the game. And I see both sides here. Well, more of the run and gun player side. If you're sitting in a corner, that's not how you get good at the game. It just isn't. That's fact. We all know that. But I do get the point of where I do find it annoying to where there are some players in the game where all they want to do is stare at the fucking minimap, and the second a dot appears, they'll run straight to that dot. So, again, I don't care if the minimap stays the way it is for the majority of Modern Warfare 2's life cycle. I don't care if they change it. Because if you guys remember, and I think Infinity Ward's doing this on a purpose. They're doing this to, one, test it. They're also doing this to just straight up piss the community off. I know IW's doing this for a reason. They're doing it to test it, and they're doing it to piss everyone off. I guarantee you that's their fucking reason. Because I also guarantee you that this will change when the game is launched. What happened? They immediately changed it. Now, I can't remember if they changed it during the beta or when they changed it during launch. I think they changed it during launch. And what happened? The community did exactly what we're doing now. Bitching, whining, and crying about it. Now, the circumstances here are a little bit different because the majority of the community's feedback on the beta was change the minimap. And what IW did is they came out and stated, we're not changing it. Stop complaining about it. We're not changing it. That's essentially what they said. And then that blew up even more, and people are even more triggered over it. Target tracking. Now, this is something I complained in a previous video. I complained that they got rid of enemy nameplates, and it was really hard to... I was talking about enemies not having nameplates, so that's what they discuss here. So, we've seen the feedback that it's hard to track targets once you get in a gunfight because the muzzle debris of your gun is saying that the muzzle flash, muzzle debris, and the smoke coming off your barrel and stuff, they're going to reduce that, just like what they did with Modern Warfare 2019. They're also investigating more ways to visually differentiate enemies and friendlies outside of the standard nameplates above the heads. They're changing a few things for the next coming week, for the next week of the beta, so we'll have to see what that is. Also, the UI, they're changing things with the UI now. I will have to agree, there are some things... When I was first seeing gameplay of Modern Warfare 2, I was a little iffy on the new UI and how it looked. I was like, it looks kind of weird, but like I'm kind of down for it. I also was talking to a buddy about it, I was like, you know, this UI kind of reminds me of Infinite Warfare's UI. It looks very, I was going to say futuristic, but yeah, it looks kind of futuristic. The next thing they touch on, which I don't know what I side on, is about perks. They're just basically discussing how the perks work, and they're making it more obtainable with you'll get your perks faster in games. Basically, with their steps are pretty loud in the beta, but you also can't tell the difference between your teammate and enemies because of the same audio. I wouldn't be opposed to them just getting rid of teammate footsteps, teammate audio to begin with, unless of course they're shooting a gun or their character audibly says something. But again, I could see the downsides with that. So they're just changing footstep audio, lowering it a little bit, and making it to where you can actually tell where an enemy is coming from. I'm not gonna go over this, but I'm glad that slide canceling isn't a thing. I hope they completely remove it. Instead of allowing players to find a workaround, they basically state that here. But I just want to discuss a little bit more on how Infinity Ward basically pissed off the entire Call of Duty community, and it mainly sparks from this minimap, and it mainly sparks from them saying we don't want to punish players for shooting their gun. Here's the thing. Again, for the 4th time, I do not fucking care about the minimap changes. I literally don't. I think I'm the only player in the Modern Warfare 2 community, or in the COD community in general, who doesn't fucking care about the minimap changes. I just don't. I literally don't see the reason why everyone's bitching and whining about it. I don't see the reason. Now, I see both sides of the story, but there's more one side talking than the other side. The other side isn't really saying anything, and the majority of the side is saying, bring it back. So I just think the way Infinity Ward said it is what pissed people off. Instead of just saying, okay, we'll see how it works. We'll change it back to normal, and that's what people want. They just want Infinity Ward to be like, okay, we'll change it for a couple days and see how the performance of how people play the beta. We'll just see how that changes. The retention will come back, but like, again, back to my point, if you change it back to the normal minimap, people are still gonna fucking camp. So if that is the reason why people are so pissed, is because changing the minimap forces people to camp even harder. No, it fucking doesn't. People camp just as hard as they do with the minimap changes now than they did with the original minimap. I've seen a lot of people saying that Treyarch is the only dev company to listen to us. No, they fucking don't. Don't even start that bullshit. Treyarch they don't listen just as much as Infinity Ward doesn't listen. They literally don't. If I were to talk some shit here, Infinity Ward they didn't release 2 garbage games in a row. Black Ops 4 and Black Ops Cold War. They are arguably and statistically worse than Modern Warfare 2019. No, to add on to getting canceled even harder, like that caption just said, and saying if this is Treyarch, if Treyarch did this, the community wouldn't be so pissed off. I guarantee you this, because for some reason the COD community just thinks Treyarch doesn't care. Treyarch can do whatever the fuck they want. But the second IW tries to stray away from the traditional and kind of boring Call of Duty formula, they get shit on. But the second Treyarch does something stupid, no one gives a shit. I saw someone saying the cameras make campers even more powerful. In some aspects, yes, but you guys gotta remember, Infinity Ward isn't the first dev to add cameras to the game. Black Ops 1 added cameras to the game, and guess who made Black Ops 1? Treyarch. So Treyarch started the trend with cameras and campers. Because I remember back in the day playing Black Ops 1, there was a lot of people who used cameras just to sit in corners and watch their back. So, just saying. I'm canceled. Infinity Ward is doing this just to piss off the community and see how people react to minimap changes. Everyone did the same thing when Modern Warfare 2019 had the minimap changes. It's the exact same thing that's happening right now. And I think they're doing it again just to get the community pissed off, and then when the game launches, 2 weeks after the game launches, they're gonna fucking change it. You know they're going to, so I don't know why people are fucking bitching. And then they said some stuff about catering to the casual player base, which on one side, like, the majority of the COD player base is hardcore fans who've been playing the series for a long time. like, you know what I mean, a long time, since probably, for the majority of the community, probably COD 4, or what was the game before COD 4, World at War. A lot of people are like, oh, well, they're catering to the casual player base, but Call of Duty has always been a casual game. They just always have been. This mentality of people, like, stop focusing on the casual player base is a little stupid. Devil's advocate, if you want to call it that. Infinity Ward, I think, they are basically saying, we're catering to the casual player base. The hardcore player base for Call of Duty has played Call of Duty for a long fucking time and have been through ups and downs a lot. Get over it, adapt, and just play the fucking game. Because if everyone in the hardcore community is just really good player and this pro player, you would adapt and you would overcome this catering to casual players. That's just what I think Infinity Ward is basically saying. They're saying, if you say you're so good, then you can get over it and still be as good as you say you are with these changes. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying that. That's just what it kind of seems like Infinity Ward is saying to the COD community right now. Now, do I think they're going to change it? Yes. I think Infinity Ward's going to change it. I think 2 weeks after the launch of the game, they're going to fucking change it. They say the same to me when I'm complaining about the TTK, the MP5, the AKS-74U, the M4, the nameplates being gone. You could say the same thing for me, and I more than likely will get over it. But those are actually, like, say what you will, but those are actually kind of game, like the 3 guns that is game breaking. Because if that's the only 3 guns people were using, that's game breaking. The nameplate, it's not really game breaking. Just learn to adapt at this point. I play so many military simulation games that don't have nameplates over enemies, so I'm used to it at this point. Along with that, there's no mini-map in military simulation games, so that's probably why I don't give a fuck about the mini-map changes, because I'm just used to it, because I play so many milsim games. And I saw one comment, I can't remember what it was from, but someone was tweeting to Infinity Ward, like, just try something different, or something along the lines of bring the mini-map back. And then I'm over here like, they literally did try something different, and you're bitching and whining to them because they tried something different. And then you're telling them to try something different, but put the mini-map back in the game. How does that make any sense? Today, the 21st, I'll have 3 videos going up, but I do apologize for this long video. I just felt like I had to get my 2 cents in. No one asked, but I just felt like I had to. And I've already stressed it enough that, again, for the 5th time now, I don't care about the minimap changes. And again, it's probably because I play so many military simulation games that don't have a minimap, that don't have nameplates over teammates' heads, enemy heads, excuse me, or even teammates. So I'm just used to that. So that's probably why I don't give a shit. Well, mainly more I give a shit about the nameplate thing, because I do think that's kind of a stupid change. Especially when they made the muzzle debris of your firearms so goddamn, prevalent. But yeah, I just think that Infinity Ward's doing this to piss everyone off, and it will get changed, because it just will. They did it with Modern Warfare 2019. The community got triggered. IW was like, we're not gonna change it, and then what happened? They ended up changing it. So I think everyone's just getting pissed off for no reason. And again, I think it's mainly because they just said they don't want to punish people for finding their weapons. And you can look at that and say they don't want to punish campers, which I can see the argument of, oh, IW's just catering to camp. I can see that, but at the same time, if you're so good as you say you are, you can deal with a camper. Because more than likely, they're not good enough in their gun skill to actually kill you. They just result in that sitting in that corner and only watching one direction. I'm going to end the video here. I do apologize for talking so long, and my opinion doesn't really matter because I'm this small. I'm pretty much the only person in the COD community who doesn't give a fuck about the minimap changes and the majority of the changes that IW is doing, because I just want to play the fucking game. That's all I want to do. I just want to play the game and just have fun. And it's hard to have fun when everyone is getting so upset over what IW said and what they're doing to the minimap changes. I'm just gonna let you guys know it's gonna change. It's gonna go back to the original, because again, it happened in Modern Warfare 2019. It's gonna change. So just calm down. They will change it. I guarantee you they'll change it. If they don't, oh well. What really matters? If you're really dead set on not playing the game, if they don't change it, then just don't play the game. Okay? That's it. So, I would ask you to like, comment, subscribe, but I had a hot take in this video, and I don't think people are going to, but like, comment, subscribe, ding on notification bell so you guys know when I upload next. And, the community's been wild today, so, yeah. See you guys in the next video.